Hello to Friendship Friday. That may not always be on a Friday. It will always be on a Friday when I have more intricate bracelets to show you. But I feel like having you wait after the last Friday was just showing you the 4 knots. Seems like torture and a tease, especially because I started you guys off with the chevron, which can be a harder bracelet when you're just getting started. This actually will help you get better at your hitch knots, which we'd be using a forward one. So today we're doing the alternative knot bracelet. It only requires 2 strings, and what's great about this is it doesn't even take a lot of strings. So I actually had some leftovers on one of my little string bobbins that wasn't long enough for a bracelet I was planning to do for you guys here soon. I actually have the strings cut and they're tied and ready to go. So this is leftovers from that. So all the this is called the alternating knots bracelet. So we're going to be making forward knots over and over, but these strings will move, so we will be using a different color each time. So because you might be new to this still, or new to making friendship bracelets, I'm going to go over making the forward knot a few times, and then I'm just going to show you how to do this because it's super quick and easy. Like if you're on a timetable and you're like, oh, I want to get this bracelet want to make this bracelet for my friend, but I'm already on my way, but I'm the passenger. If you got like 5-10 minutes in the car, you're good. So a forward knot consists of 2 forward knots, just like a backwards knot consists of 2 backwards knots. If you would like more details on these, check out my video that I put up this last Friday for Friendship Friday, because it went over the 4 basic knots you need for the friendship bracelets we're currently working on. I will show you guys other friendship bracelets later on. So I just put in the first forward knot. I'm getting ready to do the next one, and I'm actually going to go over this with you quick. So you start on the left, work to the right in this particular bracelet. So I made a 4 shape. How you choose to do this, manipulate it with your hands, etc., is up to you. Literally, you can do this multiple, like how you hold them. Different people do it different ways, so you need to be comfortable with how you do it. So I made the 4 shape because that's a great way for people that are learning to kind of see the direction your stuff needs to go. And then I pulled the rest of the string through that 4 underneath the white, and now I have it wrapped around the white, and I'm going to pull. So that's the first half of the forward knot. So we got to do that again. If you don't make the 2 knots, like, you have a hard time really kind of seeing the coloring move in your work. So now, naturally, that we did the 2 to make that forward knot, it wants to go that way. Now it's home. So now we're going to take this one and do the same thing again, but we'll be making a white knot. So we pulled it through, and then you want good tension on this one so it doesn't move, and you want to hold close on your white string, whatever color you're using right now, as you pull down. That way you have nice tight knots. This is going to be a thin bracelet compared to some, but it's also really quick. So now it goes over there, and we're going to get this one. And so all this does is have you practice your forward knots. It is perfect to help someone get used to the forward knot. And if you can master the forward knot with this, you can do the backwards knot because it's just going in the opposite direction. And these bracelets are great because you don't have to buy a bunch of beads. Embroidery thread is cheap. So if you're wanting to make bracelets for like a lot of people, but you're on a budget, any of these friendship bracelets will do it. But obviously this one, because of how quick it is, you can pump them out really fast. Now I'm going to pause after I get that one done and zoom in so you guys can see how it's looking so far. So it's just nice and alternating from white to teal, white to teal, white to teal. It's just a forward knot over and over and over. Okay, I'm going to bring us back out. And I will continue working on this. So again, make that 4 until you feel comfortable with it. If you're feeling comfortable already, you do not feel like you have to like take the shape, straighten it out, make the 4, put it under, and then go. It's really, that is designed to make sure you make your knots correctly. And a lot of people will use their fingers and pull them up like this to help shape the thread to make sure it goes the way they need it to. So like I said, it's a matter of you feeling what works for your hands that doesn't feel weird. So that way you can move, because if it feels awkward, it'll take forever to make the bracelets because you'll have to be struggling to get the knots done. This one is a great one to do with thicker strings and threads too, because it's so simplistic. It ends up being so tiny. Doing it with something a little thicker will just make it a bigger bracelet. And then as far as the ends go for tying, I left a long string on that end, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist them real tight and put a knot at the end of the twist. And then they can be used, but the leftover strings can be used to tie it on. And we are at 8 minutes, or almost 9 minutes, but I'm already almost done. And part of that I was talking, so that shows you how quick this can be. In fact, I'm going to measure it here in a second to see how much bracelet I have done. So I'll need to straighten it out, but yeah, I already have 3 inches, so I want to get to around 5, and then the strings will cover whatever's left for the person. So I don't have that much further to go. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, and I will come back as this is finished and can show you what it looks like completely done. But again, you're just focusing on that forward knot. I'll bring you in closer so you can look at it a little bit. Okay, so we're back, and as we can see, oh, you can't see because I had it zoomed in too much. Right here's the end, so it's right up against 5. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a loop and put my strings through that loop. Sorry, totally hit the camera there. And I'm going to guide this knot to go right up against the knots I was just making. I know it seems redundant putting a stopping knot against knots, but that's really just to secure it, to make sure they don't go anywhere and to separate them from the strings. So I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see what I'm about to do, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take these and I'm going to very quickly and tightly twist them. It's just one of the many ways you can end these. And that way it just kind of continues the whole pattern of the back and forth with the white and the teal. And it also keeps these strings nicely together that will be used to tie the bracelet onto the wearer. And you don't want to do all this twisting and doing it twist the actual bracelet. You just want to twist these strings. And I'm going to go until I have used up the white, because the white is the shorter string, and then I will put a knot at the end of that. And we're almost to the end. I think that's really enough. So going to quickly make another knot, pull those through, and done. And then I will take my scissors and trim those, so it's just like that. And then there you go. That is your alternative alternating knot friendship bracelet. I do need to twist this end, but you obviously get the point from what you see. So this part's the bracelet with the alternative knots, and then that's the string they'll tie. And thank you for watching. Please come back. I will have more of these bracelets in different types of styles, so you can make all different types. They will typically be put up every Friday while I'm showing some of the simpler ones, or if I do a tutorial for ends or beginnings that's not actually bracelet, then I will try and get one out on Wednesdays as well. So I will see you next Friday.